Getting everything situated for the live. This is always really stressful. Okay, there we go. Gotta tighten that up. There we go. There we go. And posting that. Woo. All right, we are live. We are in full effect. Getting all of that sorted a little bit. Let's mute that. Let's get all my chats up so I'm not missing anybody. Oops. Gotta get the YouTube chat up so I'm not missing anybody. Oh. There we go. YouTube chat is up. Gotta get that Facebook chat up. What is going on, everyone? John here with Clean Pro Services, and we are doing a AMA for pressure washing or soft washing. How's everyone's night doing? What is this? All right, got that up. Got that up. Let me get the TikTok one up just so I'm not missing it. And I do these kind of just impromptu. There's really no rhyme or reason to them, so I apologize if you've missed any, or if this is your first time. Make sure you drop a like, make sure you say hi. Want to see your lovely faces. I'm trying to get my live going. I never know how to pull up the TikTok one. And we got people coming in and out of the TikTok live. What's going on, everyone? I'm answering questions about pressure washing and soft washing. So if you have any of those questions, please drop them in the comments below. Love to help out. What's going on, Aaron92? How goes it? I need a lot of water. Lots of water today. I don't ever know how to pull up. The TikTok one. It's always a nightmare. How do you start a pressure washing business without a truck? Get a van. What kind of car do you have? We got a lot of people in the TikTok one. I want to say shout out to everybody on there. We've had some really great discussions, some really great questions. So thank you to everybody that's been on that TikTok asking some fantastic questions. A Corolla. You want to start a pressure washing company out of a Corolla? My guy, what? The answer is you can't. I mean, you can, but you can't. Oh man, you're testing me here. If you start a pressure, I don't think everything has a solution. I think some things are just kind of left up to the ether. And would an SUV be better? I mean, a truck is the best. SUVs, sure. Vans I think would be second best. When you're transporting that chemical, those chemicals, and you're breathing it in, it can get a bit tough. My first setup was a 2013 Dodge Caravan, Seattle pressure wash or Pro Wash. What did I see in there? What's going on? I saw them join in. You know, I would say, yeah, Seattle Pro Wash and Gutter Cleaning. Christmas lights, yeah. Yeah, this is true. You know, if I had a car, what would I do? What would I do? Honestly, I think I would look to save up for an old Dodge Caravan, like an old you know, late '90s, early 2000s Caravan, and I would try to start off with that. Yeah, I mean, like Seattle Pro Wash said, you know, you can start with gutter cleaning. You know, oh man, but you're just gonna you can ruin things. Honestly, what I would start off with um, is window cleaning. I think a lot of guys that have done this for a long time, they see that window cleaning is the better opportunity cost. So with window cleaning, you can start off with just like a little squeegee and or like a bucket of things. You don't have to get the water-fed pole system. You can start off with just a squeegee and the extendable ladders, and start off with that. Make enough money to get a truck system, and then migrate to pressure washing later. Squeegee, window cleaning, you're under $500 all in to get set up. But it's one of those things where you kind of just need a couple dollars to make a couple dollars. So sorry to have a better solution for you there, but yeah. Let me get back up here. There was another question. Can you speak on marketing? Getting leads seems to be the biggest issue for most. This is 100% true. Is it okay if I don't use SH and just go vertical horizontal with the surface cleaner? I hope you're joking. I hope you're joking. If you're not, I'm sorry. Sorry. This is, I'm really trying to build this for people to ask those kind of questions. I forget, how far removed I am from those questions. So if that was a legitimate question, I apologize for laughing. It seems ridiculous now, but to some of these people that are in here, that actually may be a legitimate question. The answer is no. You never want to use high pressure on your siding. The reason is high pressure can damage the siding. It can deposit water. It can leave marks, things like that. So using SH is the best alternative for cleaning siding or any kind of organics. But yeah, no, you don't want to. And I don't know if you mean post treatment or pre treatment. What is it? Dan LL, if you could clarify your question a little bit better. If it's a real question, if you're trolling, it's funny, but if it's a real question, I want to be able to answer it more specifically. I don't know if you were thinking about post-treating versus to get rid of some of the tiger stripes, or if you're talking about siding, or if you're talking about roofs. Speaking of marketing, can you get to, leads being an issue? We can talk about that in a second. I had a Subaru, just did gutters, roof rack, let's go. Thanks. Hey, Seattle, thank you for sharing the live. I really appreciate that. What chemicals should I use on the windows? Okay, so I'm not a super professional window cleaner. I'll tell you that right out. I have talked to, what's going on, JR Raps. I talked to a bunch of people that are professional window cleaners, and the consensus seems to be water and Dawn dish soap. A lot of those guys don't use harsh chemicals. First of all, they don't use anything with ammonia, or they don't use any harsh chemicals because that can, or alcohols. They don't really use a lot of alcohols. They use squeegees, Technique, dry microfiber towels, and just good clean water. The best of them will use deionized water. A lot of them will use water-fed poles filtered through an RO system or water deionizer. RO stands for reverse osmosis, or DI stands for deionized water. So they'll run it through one of those systems, and then they will clean the windows with that. But Yeah, it's usually not a lot of chemicals. It has almost nothing to do with the chemical. It has everything to do with the tools that you're using to clean. Um, so, what equipment do you recommend for a low budget? What kind of budget are you talking about? I just in my training, I'm redoing some of the modules in my training, and I just put together a $2,200 budget for pressure washing that will allow you to do um, pretty much everything except for roof cleaning. And well, roof cleaning, brick cleaning, and stucco cleaning, but everything else, so all flat work and all vinyl siding it will allow you to do. So just let me know what the kind of budget you're thinking about, and I'll give you my recommendation. Yes, well, obviously SH for siding and houses, but I'm talking about concrete like driveways. Okay, see, that was a real question. I apologize. I thought you were saying SHing the siding and just like literally going back and forth with the surface cleaner on the walls. I've seen people do that. I've seen photos of that happening. So I apologize for the laugh on that. But yeah, yes, yeah, you can definitely do that. For a long time, I didn't pre-treat or post-treat. That's a kind of an extra luxury. Now, my question is, what's stopping you? Because all you'd have to do is get like a little $30 downstream injector, a little $20 5-gallon tank, and go to the store and pick up some pool shot with a little bit of Gain detergent. So you're talking about a very low investment to save a lot of time on that, and to get the concrete looking better, and to it's going to get the concrete looking better. It's going to make sure that it's going to cut down on tiger striping, and it's going to clean the concrete better, because once you're done cleaning, there's a bunch of there's a bunch of like little holes in the concrete's porous. So that post treatment, what it's really doing is getting in the pores of those. It's getting in the pores, and it's making sure that the organics inside of those pores are dying, or the spores inside of those pores are dying, so it doesn't regrow really fast. So it's going like really above and beyond. It's that extra step. Do you use SH? Absolutely. I ordered 225, $1,500, but you can let me know about the 2,200 budget. That would be awesome, bro. Yeah, absolutely. In fact, hold on, let me get her pulled up here, because I want to give you. In facto, so I'm putting together a training. So I'm putting together. I have my trainings right now at powercleanacademy.com, but I'm redoing all the modules from the ground up. And if you purchase the training on Power Wash Academy, as it stands right now, I will give you access to the new trainings as well. But so everybody that's purchased that there will get access to the new stuff as well. But I have a module here that's the A to Z Startup Guide, and the A to Z Startup Guide tells you everything from beginning to end, exactly how to start your business. I mean, here, I'll give you the outline. It's company focuses and road mapping, naming considerations, funding and budgeting, your initial pressure washing setup, the difference between a sole proprietorship, LLC, and corporation, operating agreements, state business license, EIN numbers, bonding and insurance and what the difference is, business bank accounts, forms of payment, logo design, advertising, marketing budgets, getting your first jobs, estimating and invoicing, accounting software, creating scope of works, other agreements, and then it has a bunch of one of the coolest tools on there is a financial worksheet. And what that financial worksheet will do is you go in there and you put in basically all your expenses for your business, and all your expenses are your planned expenses. I mean, everything. I want to pull that up actually, because that thing's one of my favorite tools that I've built. I built some cool stuff, but this one is pretty gnarly. Let me hold on. Give me a second. Let me get to that. How do I get that? Oh, let me sheets. No, what is business. Hold on, I'm gonna get to you guys here in 1 second. I want to pull that. I can't pull it up, but I can't pull it up quickly. We got a lot of things going on here. But yeah, that business planner worksheet. Oh, here, I can see it here. So there's tabs at the bottom: operating expenses, marketing, payroll, equipment, chemical, SH and gas, and then your service pricing and summary. So basically, you go through, you add in all your operating costs. It gives you examples of that, all your software, all of those things. You go and you add your marketing costs with everything from business cards to flyers, to door hangers to ad spend, all of that good jazz. You go in, you add your payroll, so who you pay what. You go in and you itemize all your equipment and what you paid for it, and you go in and you put in your SH, chemical, and gas costs, and you kind of estimate how much you use per month, and then it will basically. Then you go in and you say, how long is your cleaning season? How many months is your cleaning season? How many days per week do you want to work? So the total number of working days in the year, your total number of billable hours based on an 8-hour work day, and then then you put in your target compensation, how much money you want to make, and it breaks everything down for you. It's just an Excel sheet. It breaks everything down for you, and it tells you what your hourly rate should be. So that way, when you go to price something and you're saying, okay, it's going to take me 5 hours to do, you'll be able to price things so that you're going to at least break even, or make a profit on top of that. So yeah, it's pretty gnarly. Let me scroll back up. We had a lot of things come in. Let me know about a $1,500 budget. Okay, I'll do that in a second. Yes, I run my own business. PowerCleanProServices.com. You can check me out. Your SH will get rid of lichen, and the surface cleaner is a premium product to help you. Yes, your SH will get rid of lichen. Yes, that is true. That is true. Yes, I run my own business. What chem will take paint from concrete? It depends on the paint. It depends on the paint. The paint, you want to look at what kind of paint it is. There's ones that require like acrylic paint is different than latex paint, or there's different ones. So usually the paint manufacturer will have a paint remover as that they'll sell as well. You can either do that, or you can get paint stripper, or you can in some cases a good graffiti removal will come off too, or a hot water pressure washer. All of those things will work to a degree. It depends what you're taking it off. What do you need to run your own business? Just insurance and license? Depends on what state you're in. What state are you in? If it's all I can afford to start, it would be unprofessional to start with a RAV4 with no trailer. I mean, yeah, man, like whatever you can afford to start with is what you should start with. If you have a RAV4, take yourself up a little. What I would do, how I started was a little Ryobi pressure washer. Pick yourself up a little Ryobi, and start downstreaming houses. You can pick up a Ryobi for $300, $400, $500, 2.5 gallon. Pick up a 3-gallon downstream injector and say, I'll soft wash houses. Don't kill the market rates, right? Find out what the market rates are in your area. Don't, be the $99 guy. Don't try to be the cheapest, but go door to door and say, I'll soft wash your house, $300 bill. No problem. That's under $1,000 that you can get started just for soft washing siding. I wouldn't do pressure washing with that because it would take you absolutely forever to do a driveway, but it would definitely be something where I would definitely soft wash houses for that. Absolutely no problem. let's see, Michigan. Let's see. That was a good sneeze. All right, let's see what Michigan. So one of the things I'm going to be doing is building a database that holds all the licensing requirements for each state on how to get started. So So in Michigan, general contractors working on projects valued in excess of $600 must carry either a residential builder's license or a maintenance and alterations license. Both of these licenses are available through the State Department of Licensing and Regulatory Affairs. So that's a general contractor. Both licenses require a 60-hour pre-licensure course. Interesting. Let's see what that is. Yeah, it looks like you have to take a pre-licensure course. Well, let's see. Plumbing, mechanical. Hold on. HVAC department. Let's see. Michigan. Mobile pressure washing. Oh. While mobile pressure washing units don't need a business license to be recognized as a pressure washer, the activity of pressure washing usually requires a wastewater discharge permit from the Department of Environment, Great Lakes, and Energy, EGLE, or the local wastewater treatment plant. Interesting. So Michigan, yeah, you're right there on the Great Lakes, so you for better understanding. So yeah, Michigan, it looks like it has some regulations with it, so I would definitely be cognizant of that. Just by doing a couple little searches here, I'm able to find on their state website, it looks like you're going to maybe need a contractor's license or at least a business license. And then you have to get a wastewater discharge permit from the Department of Environment, Great Lakes, and Energy, or the local water treatment plant. So I would call your local water treatment plant, ask them, is there any permits that you need? I would also, you're gonna need insurance. Don't see anything here about a bond, but yeah, well, it looks like Michigan has some requirements. The true difference between the difference of a 2.5 and a 4 gallon pressure washer, will it not let me get the job done? You know, it's you can get the job done with a toothbrush. You know, it depends how much time you have. When I moved from a 2.3 to a 2.5, I really didn't notice a difference. Moving from a 2.3 to a 3 gallon, I was like, okay, this is pressure washing. Ooh, I'm moving. Then I went from a 3 to a 4 gallon belt drive, and I was like, whoa, this is powerful. I was like blown away of like how much water came out. Just moving from a 3 to a 4. Then I moved from a 4 to an 8, and I was like, I remember the first house I did, I got the house, normally it took me about an hour 40 or hour 30 minutes to clean a house, and I got this house cleaned inside of 45 minutes, and I was like, am I done? Did I miss a spot? I was like so perplexed at what was happening, because I soft washed the entire house and rinsed it so fast. It was absolutely ridiculous. So I think yeah, it was wild. Yeah, 33,000 this month. Waiting on some payments though. Yeah, it happens like that. So the difference between a 2.5 and a 4 is pretty huge. Pretty huge. It's It's gnarly. 2.5 feels very residential, and 4 starts to feel like, yes, 4 starts to feel like commercial. Not bleaching the shirt always. All my stuff is bleached. Plan to downstream inject. Okay, yeah. If you just get like a little guy, yes. Shout out Seattle Pro Wash. I think I've seen you guys too a bunch of times. Seattle Pro Wash. There you are. Seattle Pro Wash is holding it down with 82 reviews, 4.9 stars, nearly 5 stars, killing the game. Okay, pretty good looking website too. Good stuff, man. Good stuff. All right. Need to start wearing polyester 95%. Yeah. Yeah, no, I have shirts to be like me. Nah, that's you guys. Need to start wearing 95%. Yeah, all my stuff is polyester usually. So the GPM will just increase the speed of the service. Speed, yes. Thoroughness of completion too. So you got to think, okay. Okay. You know when you go to the bathroom, I get really terrible analogies, but you know when you go to the bathroom and you turn on the water and it's like trickling out and you wash your hands and your hands just don't feel clean, because they're not, right? But you go to the bathroom, they got good water pressure, and you rinse your hands, and it feels your hands feel like drenched. It's because they're clean now. You want to like that extra gallons per minute thoroughly applies chemical and thoroughly rinses the chemical, and I can't understate about how thorough it is in both the application and the removal of all the organics on there. It also allows you to get longer distances and apply more water or chemical across longer or higher distances. So like my 8 gallon a minute, I'm able to hit the peaks of the 3-story houses no problem. You know, I was doing Costco. You know, it's able to reach all the way to the top of this thing, 35 feet in the air. So, or 32 feet in the air. So, yeah, it's really, that extra gallons per minute is a thorough advantage. So I'm gonna scroll up here. What kind of license do you need to be in East Tennessee around the? I'm not gonna look all of these up right now. But I'll look yours up. Ooh, looks like Tennessee's going to be in that same category too. Interesting. Oh, just doing a quick search. Somebody said, unfortunately, from what I know, your pressure washer's license in Tennessee, you have to do a formal 2-year apprenticeship with a master washer, as well as get your own certs. That can't be right. Is that right? Oh, wow. Tennessee's website is old. Also, Mocar required permit. So it looks like there's a water quality permit that's required by the state of Tennessee. Persons engaging in operation of sewage treatment systems, package plant, industrial waste, or other waste treatments that do not have direct discharge or any surface water, blah blah blah. State where's a permit from the, so you need a state operating permit from Tennessee Division of Water Pollution Control. The permit is for anyone generating wastewater that does not have a direct discharge, but rather is land applying or spray, drip, irrigation, or collecting and temporary holding and discharge of treatment municipal, blah, 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 blah. Also, mobile car or other pressure washing operations require a permit. So yeah, it looks like Tennessee is another state that just really requires some permitting. And somebody says an apprenticeship, which sounds crazy, but I mean, hey. Let's see. Looks like a trade license. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go into more detail. I really don't want to give you a solid answer. I really don't want to give you a solid answer, but it does look like you need a water quality state operating permit. State operating permit. So that's just from like a little bit of research there. So the GPM ultimately will increase the speed of the service. I'm trying to get a 10.5 next. Maybe my spigots get maybe bigger. My spigots get 14. I mean, if you're getting 14, that's fantastic. I do not even get close to that. We get 4 and a half to 6 on regular. Sometimes it gets up to 8 here. Oh, I scrolled too far. Okay, NAPS power washing, or what is the downstream injector? A downstream injector is NAPS power wash services. I think I already looked you up here. A downstream injector, what it does is it siphons chemical or soap into the water line. So there's the pressure washer and then there's the pump, and usually you connect your pressure washing hose right to the pump. But instead you connect the downstream injector and then the hose. And then off of the downstream injector there's a little hose that comes out and sits into a container of chemical. That chemical, sodium hypochlorite and usually soap added to it or surfactant, that is what gets injected into the water line when you're using a soap nozzle, and then you're able to apply that soap to the house or to the surface. NAPS power washing. Oh, I wanted to check. Where are you out of? Scroll down. Michigan. Oh, yeah, maybe you can shed some lights. Okay, 4.9 stars, 52 reviews. So NAPS is holding it down out here. Very cool. Website's pretty good. Snow removal, deck staining, good before and afters. Okay. Pretty, got all your services on there, testimonials. Yeah, not a bad site. All right. Some states require a license, so I'm just inquiring insurance. I'm fully licensed. Some states require a license, so I'm just inquiring insurance. I'm fully licensed and fully insured. Yeah, that's right. If you're starting your own business, would I have gear-wise, or would I have gear-wise? What would you? If you're starting your own personal business, what would I have gear-wise? I'm gonna answer that in just a second. I'm gonna scroll down just a little bit. Just go to local city to get those permits. Okay, so Naps is talking about that here. Wow, looks like I'm definitely gonna have to do some homework before I get started up. Yeah, 20 years experience, 17 years of work in the company. This is a multi-million-dollar company is a multi-million-dollar mansions. I think he's asking what gear she started. Yeah. So I'm gonna give you guys the gear list of what I would start with, and I just wanted to pull it up here before I rattle all that off. Oh, come on, computer, don't be like that. Why are you being like that? Okay. Hey, Dark Leo. Thank you. I appreciate it. All right. Drake Mills, you came just in time. I am just about to answer that question. Okay. So this is the $2,200 budget equipment that I would get. If I were just starting today, if I had to start over, this is what I would buy. I would buy a 4 gallon a minute direct drive pressure washer. Those can be found on Amazon. The one that I have priced here is about $1,200-ish. The reason why I went with that one is because it's using a Honda motor, which are really reliable. It's the GX390. I believe on this one, I'm not able to see the pump. Let me see. Pump. Yeah, I'm not able to see the pump. But I'm sure it has a good pump with it. Looks, I think it's a tri. It's going to be a decent pump, but this one's going to be about. It's a direct drive, 4 gallon a minute. This other one has a CRX motor on it. Oh yeah, the tri-plunge. It has the AAA industrial tri-plunge plunger. It's an okay pump, not crazy, not bad. It's just a standard. If you want to go a little bit more, they make an aluminum frame that would be a little bit lighter to pull in and out. But yeah, so you want to start with Aiden, and I'll answer yours in just a minute. Thank you for shooting that comment out. But yeah, this one here is a Simpson, the Simpson PS4240 Power Shot. It's 4,200 PSI, which doesn't matter. 40 gallons a minute, GX390, and it includes a gun, tips, and 50 foot of hose, which I probably wouldn't use that often. So that's what I would start with. It's $1,139.99. So that's what I would start with. Then I would do 2 pressure washing hoses, 200 foot lengths. I would do 2 50 foot. So if I was moving it in and out of the truck or the vehicle, I would get 2 50 foot garden hoses. And Flexilla's always a great brand for that. Hey, appreciate you, Drake Mills. It's got 10 fires. I don't know what that means, but I appreciate it. The surface cleaner, I would go with a 16-inch BE surface cleaner. If you can't find that, you can go with the 20-inch, but I would start with the 16-inch. So the 100 foot, are you talking about the 100 foot hose? The reason why I wouldn't go with the 100 foot hose on the pressure washer, on the garden hose, is because a lot of the times you're not going to be that far away from the house, and if you're winding that thing, if you're manually doing this like this, or you're winding it on the floor, like when I first started, it's does not do a difference with the buffer tank. Yes, if you're starting with the buffer tank, absolutely. If you're on buffer tanks and hose reels, go with the 100 foot. But if you're not, start with 2 50 foot runs. You want 100 feet of hose because you want to be able to reach long distances, but you don't want to wind things up. So we're talking about starting on a budget, so I'm assuming you're not talking hose reels. I would get a downstream injector. General Pump makes a good one. It's a simple little downstream injector. It doesn't make a difference in the house either if you just run it with a pressure washer. It doesn't make a difference on a house either if you just run it with a pressure washer. Okay. Usually residentials are rated for 2.3 gallon to 3.5 gallons per minute. Yes. All right. I would get a little 5-gallon carboy. They're good for holding the chemicals. A 5-gallon little gas tank to fill up your pressure washer. A J-rod. Those can be found for like $30, $40 on Amazon. A turbo nozzle. I would have one of those in the arsenals. Those are around $30 as well. A set of stainless steel quick connects. 3/4 inch quick connects. So every kind of combination. So a male NPT plug, a female NPT plug, a coupler with a male NPT, and a coupler with a female NPT. National Pipe Thread is NPT. So I would have a couple sets of those, a couple O-rings. So sometimes you'll blow those O-rings out, and you want to replace those and have those on set. A 3/8 inch DN10 ball valve allows you to turn on and off the pressure washing line right from the gun there, and some Monster tape, some Blue Monster tape. I always recommend having that. As far as personal protection and property protection, get some nitro gloves. I use 8mm nitro gloves, a respirator with goggles. Those can be found on Amazon pretty cheap. And then I get some camera and electronic protectors. I get like these plastic shower caps. The plastic shower caps with the stretch bands on them work really great to cover those up. So check those out. But yeah, all of that is under $2,200. And so if I had to skip on any of that, maybe going from you're not gonna save a ton. You can probably go down in the size of the pressure washer, but if you do that, you're not gonna be able to run the surface cleaner as effectively. So I would probably maybe try to find a used 4-gallon a minute pressure washer, for about $500. Make sure it runs up, make sure it fires, make sure it's kept good. Maybe go with 50-foot only. I mean, that's going to save you $40 of garden hose. Maybe go with 100 feet of pressure washing hose, but I would always have 200 feet on me. I mean, the pressure washer itself is going to come with 50. So, this would be my minimum setup. If I started all again, this is what I would want to start up with. And with this, you're able to do pretty much all kind of concrete. You're able to do siding. You're up to 2 stories very, very easily. You're able to clear out gutters with this. You're able to do so much with this setup here. So this is what I would do if you're looking at doing a business. It's like if you wanted to start a bakery, what do you need? Like an oven, right? Like some guys will just say like an oven, or some people will say just an oven. But like you want to have like minimum stuff, or like if you want to start be a mechanic, what do you need? Some wrenches. Yeah, but there's a few other things that you need in order for you to be fast, effective, and make the prices that you're going to have to charge to be competitive worth it. So $2,200 would be my initial investment into all of this. It'll get you all the property protection. It'll get you all the equipment that you need, and then all of this will fit inside of a caravan. It will also fit inside of a truck. Or any kind of sprinter van. Is be hard pressed to fit inside of a what is that called? A sedan or any kind of car. But anything else it should fit. I mean, hell, it may even fit in a pretty large hatchback. So, all right, let's take a look at all of this. Yeah, buffer tanks are buffer tanks are basically a tank that so the garden hose feeds the tank, and then the tank feeds the pressure washer. There are really 3 reasons why people have buffer tanks. One, they're using high volume equipment, so 8 gallon a minute, 5.5 gallon a minute, things like that. They're using high gallon equipment, and they need a tank to hold water that serves as a buffer between the property and the pressure washer. Number 2, they want to hold water to do jobs without connecting the water. So some people have huge big tanks. I have a 55 gallon tank for my 8 gallon a minute pressure washer. It works great. I keep it full because there are days where, somebody will call me out just to do like a little patio, like a little 4x6 patio, or somebody will call me, just for like little odd and end things. And or if I'm doing a demonstration for somebody, that's really important, is being able to do, just the other day I did a demo for somebody, didn't have to connect to their house, pulled the hose out, boom, 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 showed them, and they were like, sold. So buffer tanks are really good, but they're an added expense, they're added plumbing, and you need a dedicated vehicle because you can't take in and out of your buffer tank. So when you have time for the dedicated vehicle, that's when you get the buffer tank. Or when you have the funds for a dedicated vehicle, that's when you get the buffer tank. And then of course hose reels on top of that. Those are game changers. Those are going to make your life significantly easier. All right. Can you do all your concrete treatment with downstream injector? You can do a pre-treat, you can do a post-treat. It's not going to do a lot. It's really meant for killing spores for downstream. If you apply downstream and just let it sit, you're not going to get a visible difference. It's only just to loosen organics and loosen the dirt. You're not going to get it being cleaned. It's not a job that you can sell. 8 gallon a minute, yeah. 8 gallon a minute is the goal, but not everybody can get there just yet. And I don't want to push anybody there just yet. The reason for it, an 8 gallon a minute pressure washer is going to cost you $4,000, $4,000 to $5,000. If you build it yourself, you probably save a few bucks, but you're talking thousands of dollars. You're talking a buffer tank. You're talking dedicated vehicle. You're talking hose reels. You're talking like there's 25 grand in the back of my truck right now. I don't want to push anybody to that because I don't believe 90% of you, 95% of you are ready for that. When you're first starting off, okay, don't put top dollar. There's so many people I see that, they get a $30,000 truck, they go out and get financed for a $30,000 rig, and they're just tapped, and they have nothing else to put into sales or marketing. And don't do it, just don't do it. I would rather you start small, learn the ropes, learn what you're cleaning, and then build from there. And yeah, it's going to be much better. Hey, I finished all my equipment in a 2008 Dodge Caliber and worked my way up from the bottom. Yeah, that's cool. That's super cool. Now I have a big Ram truck. Is there a difference between cleaning method when it comes to cleaning smooth concrete versus rough concrete? You go slower on the rough concrete, the aggregate. Smooth concrete. I go about the same speed on both, but I go a touch slower on aggregate because I know the surface cleaner's got to get inside of. I know the surface cleaner's got to get inside of all of those nooks and crannies. So yeah, be careful with asphalt. It has diesel in it, and the SH or pH will destroy it and cause it to start curing it. Yes, this is 100% true. If you apply SH to asphalt, you're going to discolor it. You're going to eat away at it. It's not going to be good. The customer will be happy. Customer will not be happy. Yes, it will start falling apart after time. Almost immediately, you'll start to discolor it. Would you go with a 5.5 gallon minute for your first rig? 5.5 honestly, to me, I think is the sweet spot. If I could do it again, I probably wouldn't get an 8. I probably would get 2 5.5s and Siamese them on my primary truck, and then I would have an 8 on a trailer. That's if I could do it all again, I think that's the way I would go with it. But I wouldn't get a pull start. The electric starts are where it's at. Like when you, yeah, I would always go with electric start. But and the problem is the 5.5 is the 5.5 GX630 with a gear drive or a belt drive pump is only $100-$200 cheaper than an 8-gallon. So you just lean toward that. But I think personally the sweet spot is 5.5. I'd be careful with the stuff you do if you do not know how close to get to it. Yeah, this is true. You can do a 5.5 for concrete equipment for house washing and everything. Yes, this is 100% true. Like it will do everything that an 8 can do, just maybe 15-20% more rinsing time. You know, when you're doing big projects, 20% adds up, 15% adds up. But when you're doing houses, you're not going to see a massive difference, especially for siding. Concrete rinsing, you know, you can see some on flat work, not as much. Aggregate, textured, you'll see a difference. But if I was in an area that had a lot of flat work concrete, I would 100% go with 5.5. That would definitely be where I was at. I use my 5.5 to cut in 8-gallon is too much. Yeah, eight's great. I love my 8, but I really think 5.5 is a 5.5 gear drive or a 5.5 belt drive machine. I think that's where I would be if I could do it all over again. We have Brian on YouTube. Opinion on what to use to apply F9 degreaser to 2,000 square feet of driveway. Either downstream or pump spray. You know, if you have to coat the entire driveway, which you shouldn't need to, downstream. But if you are applying it to just spots, spot treatment, which is how it should be applied, pump sprayer. All right, Naps, you have a good one. If you want, well, no, I think it was Power Wash. But if anybody needs their websites redone, you know, reach out to us. I have a marketing company as well that we do websites, logos, Facebook ads, Google ads, the whole 9. We can get you sorted, taken care of, beginning to end on marketing. A lot of really great questions, guys. And if you haven't already, make sure you like this video. Yeah, make sure you like this video, and yeah, that'd be really cool. Any other questions? If you're just coming in, I'm answering questions about pressure washing and soft washing. You've got me for a little bit more, and then I'm gonna be off for the day. Okay, I do know a guy. He's not local. He's out in California. I haven't had him do anything for me here, but he's done other projects for me, and over the years, and he is really, really, really good. His name is Ohm, OHM, and his number is 909-645-6441. And I mean, yeah, there you can kind of see right there a little bit. Take a screenshot. Okay, yeah, I'll just send it to you. Yeah, Ohm's the man. Man, his quality is just ridiculous. Everything he gives me is just like the best. Um, Everything he gives me is the best. I gotta reach out to him again. Oops. Hold on, I'm gonna send that to you right now before I forget. If I don't. Nabs power wash. There we go. Message. Oh, that's right. You have sent me. Okay. Okay. Just sent it to you. Okay. Oh, yeah, you too. You too. We've got a lot of really great questions. Anybody have any other questions about pressure washing, soft washing, marketing, any of those things for this business? More than happy to answer. And if you haven't already, make sure you throw a like in that you like this video, and you follow me on TikTok so that you'll get notified when I go live. Yeah, you get notified when I go live. Man, I'm starting to fade. I'm getting tired. Whew. It has been a day. I'm looking to start. What do you recommend me buying for pressure washing? Been pressure washing for 25 years. KTM, let me ask you a question. What are the things that you see? What things have you seen over the last 25 years evolve? What's been like the wildest thing you've seen evolve? In Israel, I just went over everything that I would buy. What I'm going to do is make sure you follow me. I'm putting everything in a online course on how to get started with pressure washing, everything that you need to know. And I'm going to be releasing this as an online course very, very soon, within like the next week. And this is going to be a low cost course, super, super cheap, A to Z. And yeah, it's so comprehensive. It includes everything, how to price your stuff, it's pretty much everything on how to get started as a pressure washing company. But long story short, I definitely recommend a 4-gallon limited system, 100-gallon pressure washing hose, a 4-gallon, 250 foot or two 100 foot of pressure washing hose, two 50 foot of soft wash hose, a downstream injectors, a 20-inch surface cleaner, and yeah. But the full list is coming soon. Main and grease traps when washing a kitchen. I know almost nothing about kitchen washing. That's a whole different monster. It's done with a hot water pressure washer, I know that. But other than that, I am not your guy on that. I don't know. I apologize. Yeah, no, I apologize, but I just went over the whole thing. make sure you check out. Make sure you follow me here, and I'm gonna be releasing a video when I get this new. So I have the course up, but I'm gonna be redoing my course online. So I really want people to go to that, and yeah, because that one's gonna be so comprehensive. It's gonna have video. It's gonna have tons of stuff in there. Okay, here we go. I got a FY50 with a 600-gallon water and MITM power washer. Looks like you're probably running hot water. Yeah, an FY50. Jesus. Oh, you were saying. I see what you're saying. Mice in the grease trap. I see what you're saying. Mice in the grease traps when washing a kitchen. Jeez. Oh. Yeah, okay, I see. Oh man, mice in the grease traps. I don't know what I would do with mice in the grease traps. That'd be different. That'd be gnarly. I don't know if I could handle that emotionally. What is an ice dam? I just think of like Game of Thrones and the Ice Wall, like the First Men. Yeah, imagine in Maine you need that. My cousin, he told me about Maine, and he said that Maine was gnarly. Oh, I see. Yeah, that's rough. I want to see that. That's wild. Oh, I see. Oh, it backs up the water. It doesn't allow the water to shed, and it gets into the house. The water gets into the house. Then you have the sun. Water gets into the house. It can create mold. Holy cow. And like very humid. Jeez. Y'all need another solution. I'm in Washington State. I am in Washington State. Seattle Pros here again. What's going on? I think there's a company out here called First Choice. Yeah, Maine's rough. Maine is rough. But I think I'm gonna get off here, guys. Appreciate you hanging out with me. Make sure you like the video. Make sure you follow me on here. I'm gonna be releasing my course on how to get everybody. I wash 50 dump trucks every Saturday. Yeah, I've never done truck washing. I've done one RV, and yeah, I know somebody that does RVs, and it's a lot. Yeah, it's a lot. But I'm gonna get off of here. Appreciate you guys hanging out with me. It was really cool, and I will catch you guys on the next one. Make sure you're following this channel here. Make sure you are following me on YouTube, PowerClean _PS. Make sure, yeah, that's pretty much it. TikTok, YouTube. Hit the link tree in my YouTube, and you'll be able to see pretty much everything on there. But yeah, it's been really fun hanging out with you guys. Love these little impromptu things, and more content coming soon. And we're gonna get you guys taken care of. And yeah, I'll catch you on the next one. Peace out.